Hey, Sheriff, we have a question about why your office, your intelligence division, is investigating private citizens for criminal investigation that happen to be activists that are overseeing your department. Why would you have your intelligence division investigate private citizens? We have done... Sir, we don't hate anyone. We love freedom and we love American people. And government is out of control. That's why you're seeing such a revolt nationwide. Why can't you just answer, why is Susan Edwards, your intelligence division, investigating private citizens? This should not happen.
Are you here to apply for a job?
Possibly I might be applying for a job, but that's irrelevant to my question. Why would you ask that question?
Well, enjoy the fair.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Excuse you?
Excuse me, sir.
So those of you that haven't been on a bike before,
Sheriff's getting a little too pushy. You work for us, Sheriff. Just keep that in mind. At one time we respected you, but not with that type of attitude.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I have to say it just because I'm finding out in the LEOAFFAIRS chat room where the Charlotte County sheriffs talk about their corruption and threaten people and out people and all that other crap. I gotta mention the numbers. We just hit 38 million views, 36,000 subscribers, 2 million views a month. And you know what, I don't make any money in it, and I really don't care, because you know what, the founding fathers didn't do it for money, they did it for freedom. I'm doing the same thing. So I gotta say that all the time now, because I'm finding out that really pisses them off when I mention that, because they're the ones that are actually stealing from you, the Charlotte County sheriffs, because their pay, benefits, and retirement outrageous, unrealistic, and normal people don't get that because it's not normal. So here we are, we're on the illegal David access use. We're trying to find out if we got a class action lawsuit possibly going on, because we think they're abusing the system. And yesterday a bunch of FOIAs came in, and here you go. This is, they're supposedly saying within 10 years, Scott Clemens, George Doppelbauer, Eric Knapp, Ed Moss, Robert Tuck, Nikki Wagner. And in fact, where's the new guy, Nardi, that they just busted? Anthony Nardi, he's not even in here. So when you get a FOIA request, you have to question whether it's real or not. As you can see, all the information's here. You can contact this person. This is bullcrap. And actually, she did not do what I asked in the first place, too. FOIA requests for all that have been busted for illegal. And what was their punishment? Always question these. They freaking lie. Not, you already know they're corrupt, and here they're corrupt right here. So she didn't give me the papers on their punishment here. She gave me names, so she failed right there. And this is not true. This is what's going on. This is just the ones that they busted, because what they're doing here, I found out the scam. They're doing a supposable audit on themselves once in a while, okay? That is bull crap. That's basically saying we're barely ever going to check so nobody gets in trouble. So my response was, you want to know what? Fine. To prove our case, we might start pulling David. We'll see each sheriff that has been on the road, made arrests, stuff like that. Then let's pull their David request, and we will start to search if all of their requests were legit. And then remember too, there's NCIS and FCIS. That's even a worse offense if you get busted for accessing that. So like I said, these busts are from when they do their audit. If you have the money and the time, you start to ask for each and every sheriff and or cops David access use. You get the list of people they've pulled up, then you start to research to see which ones were legit or not, and you're going to find out there's a crap load more than this. So this is always questioned. They lie, period. Like I said, where's Anthony Nardi, man? When we get his personnel file and IA reports, the election's here, so I don't know if we're ever going to get it here before the election, because he does not want a video of that. It's going to be bad, man. I already seen on the news the report, and it's, oh my god, it's really bad. But this is some other stuff we got into the other day. These are all the emails that I sent. I sent it to everybody so everybody knows about it. You know, people always ask, how do you do FOIA requests? Well, this is how that's how easy. You email it and you say FOIA requests for copies of the last 3 violations of the David system. So like I said, I got a lot of FOIA requests, and you got to ask a lot of different FOIA requests in different ways to see what you get. And here is some of the actual papers that I actually got, like she was supposed to do in that 10-year search. Robert Tuck, letter of reprimand, which is a joke. You already know about this one. This is the guy that looked me up because I run Charlotte County COPWATCH, and they don't like that, so I don't know what they were searching. They really hate it because actually I quit drinking, smoking, drugging, and we clean houses, and I bring my wife to church for choir. I mean, they can't threaten me. Is that why they're pissed? So anyways, we already know about this guy. He's busted, but we did find, as you've seen in that list here, there is more. So this is what they were supposed to send me in that 10-year list, and they didn't. Sergeant Clemens, boom, busted. So there again, too, here's a point, too. Letter of reprimand is a freaking joke. That is like a slap on the hand. That is nothing. There is stuff that they can do that it's way more punishment than this. And then, like I said, you have to look at this. There is way more different things too. If they access from what we're in here in FCIC, NCIC, DFAX, and all that stuff, well, it even gets way worse, big time. I mean, you can lose your license to look at this stuff, everything. And like I said, if we get enough people, we got a class action lawsuit. So here's another one. Your office, George Doppelbauer, however the heck you say that. Letter of reprimand. There again, this is a freaking. Come on, man. You broke the law, and you get a piece of paper. If you break the law, you go to jail. You get a fine. Blah blah blah. They break the law. They get a letter of reprimand, a stupid little piece of paper that goes in their file, and they know it's a joke. Period. They have to lose their license. They have to be charged with more than a misdemeanor, and that's always a scam. And they never charge anybody with more than a misdemeanor, because then they'll lose their license. They might not be able to get a job and F somebody else over, and or F somebody's family over, etc., etc. So anyways, I had to make another video because Windows 10 screwed all my settings up and all the programs. So as you might see that I've already made a video about this, I had to make it again because Windows 10 screwed the audio up. So here you go. Anybody that has time, they hold you accountable, man. You got to hold them accountable. If you don't, if you get them an unlimited power, comes with unlimited power comes corruption, and it's corrupt as hell here, man. What do you think?
December 2014. How the Misuse of David Can Bankrupt an Officer's Career by Leonard J. Dietzen 3, Dietzen at Rumberger.com and Michael L. Forte, M40 at Rumberger.com. What is David? The Driver and Vehicle Information Database (DAVID) contains information on drivers' licenses, registered motor vehicles and traffic crashes. Permissible uses. Florida Statute Section 119.0712(2) states the information in DAVID is confidential and may be accessed only as allowed under the Driver Privacy Protection Act (DPA). 18 use. See Section 2721(b) of the DPA provides that law enforcement may access this information in carrying out its official functions. Examples of where access is appropriate include traffic stops, traffic crashes, official investigations, and searches for emergency contacts during natural disasters. Impermissible uses. 18 use. See Section 2722(a) of the DPA makes it unlawful for anyone to access this information for an unauthorized purpose. Impermissible uses include looking up addresses for a holiday card list, checking a family member's driving record, and obtaining information on celebrities and politicians. Penalties. Florida Statute Section 119.10 provides that any officer who misuses DAVID is subject to a civil fine not to exceed $500. An officer who knowingly misuses DAVID is subject to suspension, removal, impeachment and the charge of a first-degree misdemeanor. In addition, 18 use. See Section 2723(a) of the DPA mandates an unspecified criminal fine for officers who knowingly misuse DAVID. Section 2724 establishes a civil cause of action for the person to whom the information pertains. The DPA specifies civil damages of 1. Actual damages not less than liquidated damages of $2,500. 2. Punitive damages upon proof of willful or reckless disregard of the law. 3. Attorney's fees and costs. And 4. Such other relief as the court deems appropriate. 2. Civil rights implications. Plaintiff attorneys have also been filing civil rights lawsuits for DAVID violations under the authority of 42 U.S. See Section 1983. Section 1983 provides for civil liability against law enforcement officers who violate a citizen's rights established in either the U.S. Constitution or in a federal statute. Recoverable damages under a Section 1983 claim include emotional distress damages, attorney's fees and punitive damages. Section 1983 is also the mechanism by which law enforcement agencies can be civilly liable for failure to train their officers on DAVID's proper use. Best practices. Officers should strictly adhere to the Memorandum of Understanding to which agencies accessing DAVID must subscribe. The memorandum lists the permissible uses of DAVID, and also explains how officers should safeguard the accessed information. Officers should take care that their accessing of DAVID does not allow for unauthorized third persons to obtain the information. For example, information exchanged by electronic means must be stored in a place physically secure from access by unauthorized persons. For agencies, proper training of officers is essential to avoiding liability. Agencies should consider restricting access to only supervisory personnel to limit their exposure. Rumberger, Kirk and Caldwell provides litigation and counseling services in a wide range of civil practice areas including product liability, commercial litigation, construction, real estate, intellectual property litigation, securities litigation, labor and employment law, bankruptcy, insurance coverage, professional liability and administrative law. Offices are located in Orlando, Tampa, Miami, Tallahassee and Birmingham, Alabama. For more information, please visit www.rumberger.com.